Good morning, Bande Matram. Welcome all of you. The topic we have chosen for discussion for this morning is on a greater power is sincerity. This morning's discussion is on sincerity. The caption is on a greater power is sincerity. It is from Sri Aurobindo. Sincere, be sincere, be sincere, be sincere. Everywhere you keep reading. This suggestion is very much effective in your life. Every time, each day, at every instant, you keep listening the phrase, advice. Be sincere, be sincere, be sincere. Sincerity is your protecting veil, Raksha Kavach. But that full message is from Sri Aurobindo like this: strength, if it is spiritual, is a power for spiritual realization. Strength, Sri Aurobindo quotes, if spiritual, not the material strength, ordinary strength he is focusing upon. Strength, if it is spiritual, is a power for spiritual realization. Second, a greater power is sincerity. Greater power is sincerity. The greatest of all is grace. Without grace, nothing more can be done. It needs a grace. And so far, this integral yoga is concerned. Without supreme grace, Mother's grace, nothing more can be achieved. Because it is non-understood, non-clarified, non-calculated path where we are treading really. We can see which end we are going to reach. We don't know what will happen at last. Where we will reach, how far we will proceed in this closure of this life. Everything is uncertain. For that, actually, grace is essential. In many people, they have gone up their own. They have tried of their own with own efficacy. Nobody knows how far they have gone. That is one in the side of tapasya. But here it is yoga of surrender. So for that actually grace is essential. Still in the course. I have said times without a number that if a man is sincere, still in the course. If a man is sincere, he will go through in spite of all a long delay. Most of the time feels long delay means you can say maybe 1 day, 2 day, or 2-3 hours, 2-3 months like this. In spite of long delay and overwhelming difficulties, I have repeatedly spoken of the divine grace. That is a shortcut, that is a bypass road. It can take you, lift you up, not even a bypass road. It can lift you up like anything. So you have, if you that sincerity is there with you, and the grace is on your side, you have got the grace, touch of the grace. Naturally, you will overcome, surpass the difficulties. You will reach within the predestined time, prefixed time. No delay, no difficulty for you. I have referred any number of times to the line of the Gita. That's what is here in the course I have told, I have said times, number of times like this. I will deliver thee from all sin and evil. I will, that Gita's famous dialogue you have seen. I will deliver thee from all sin and evil. Don't grieve. Don't grieve. Don't grieve. I will deliver thee from all sin and evil. Whatever is there, I will take you. Because after death you have to go for no objection certificate from the land of vital real. So everybody gets fear. So who is having the minimum knowledge of this vital idea of the vital. But don't worry because mother has created a bypass road. You need not have to enter into the rush clumsiness of the city. You can pass through the bypass road that has been created. Here also same thing from Gita Sri Aurobindo has quoted. During the course I have referred any number of times. That number of times is incalculable. You have not you can't calculate. I will deliver thee from all sin and evil. Don't grieve. Nothing to worry. Then Sri Aurobindo goes forward. Sincerity means more than honesty. You are honest. Honesty is a humble quality, great quality. But sincerity is more than honesty. It means that you mean what you say, feel what you profess, are earnest in your will. That's what Sri Aurobindo defines and describes in very understandable language. Sincerity means more than mere honesty. Honesty, mere honesty. Sincerity is much more. It means that you mean what you say, feel, what you profess, are earnest in your will. As the sadhak aspires to be instrument of the divine, very difficult. When I can remember one beautiful line from Sri Aurobindo has quoted, in the course. Servant is something, but his slave is greater. We become and join as the instruments because the divine worker, many steps are there. With ego, without ego, and there is a transition line between ego and egolessness. So, instrument worker, egoistic worker, then you have to become the kid of the divine in many ways. But that actually you have to aspire to become the instrument of the divine. Here, still in the course, that line I can remember, I told you just right now. God's servant is something, but his slave is greater. God's servant is something. Naturally, you have done good, but his servant, the slave is greater. And in second phase, still in the course, be the slave only to the God, not to any other, even not to the greatest angel of the divine, brightest angel of the divine. Don't go that way. Just stick to this path. Be the angel. Be the slave only to the divine, not to any other, even not to the the brightest angel of the divine. That is very sincerely and essentially told by Sri Aurobindo. I will try to quote it again. God's servant is something, but God's slave is greater. Greater. Be the slave to nothing except to God, not even to his most luminous angels, not even to his most luminous angels, because they have got the touch, you have got some inclination, you are going and accepting the slavery of those. Not even that. That's what's here in the book. Aspiring to be an instrument of the divine and one with the divine, sincerity in him means that he is really earnest in his aspiration. Yes, I am aspiring. That does not mean. Yeah, are you really earnest in your aspiration to become the slave of the divine? Have you got the sincerity to become the instrument of the divine and refuse all other will and impulse except the divine's? Only the divine, because again and again the same thing has been repeatedly told to you by the divine in his Divya Sandesh, divine message. Only the divine. Beginning was divine, middle is divine, and finally the object, the goal is divine. Divine, only the divine, nothing else. And still, even though we have to go for another step forward. To be entirely sincere means to desire the divine. Entirely sincere means to desire the divine and nothing but the divine. Only the divine. That's what you have to desire. Divine truth only. Desire the only divine truth only. Always we keep explaining desire, the sole cause of suffering, the end of desire is the end of agony, worries, pains. But here also desire the divine truth. Desire the divine truth only. To surrender yourself more and more to the Divine Mother. Surrender more and more to the Divine Mother. That is what the requirement. First, sincere desire for the divine truth. Second, surrender yourself more and more to the divine mother. And the third, reject all personal demand and desire other than this one aspiration. Reject all personal demand and desire other than this one aspiration. Then number four, to offer every action of the life to the divine, every action of the life to the divine, because already we have read through surrender what I have, what one has, one's own, what one is and what one has, it has to be given. Everything one has is and everything or what he has to be given to the offer to the divine, and regard nothing for one's own, to obey only the divine will and no other, to live for the divine and not for the ego. That is what the real surrender, true means of surrender. Here, offer every action to of the life to the divine and do it as the work given without bringing in the ego. You have to work, there is no other go, but there must be no ego, egolessness. This is the basis of divine life. Basis of divine life, that is what you have to do. Most of the time we come, this life will be, this earthly life become the life divine. And that the same things during the course again and again. I will try to quote it again. To be entirely sincere. What are you be sincere, entirely sincere? What does it mean? To desire the given divine truth only. Second, to surrender yourself more and more to the divine mother. Third, to reject all personal demand and desire other than one's own aspiration. You have to reject everything, but aspiration must not be rejected. Number four, to offer every action to the of the life to the divine. And number five, to do it as the work given without bringing the egolessness. This is the divine life. This is the really divine life upon the earth. Very interesting. You have to remember. Then few couple of steps forward, we'll try to understand from Sri Aurobindo how he has got it. Very really interesting on on sincerity. Whatever one wants sincerely and persistently from the divine is sure to give. I was a little comprehensive. Divine is bound to give. Yet here Sri Aurobindo is written, not bound, it is sure to give. But the thing is that you must want sincerely and persistently. That is what the requirement is. Sincerely and persistently from the divine, and the divine is sure to give. Second, sure to give. But the thing is that you must ask, that asking must be sincere and persistent. When one aspires with sincerity, the strength is given. Aspires with sincerity. If that is there, then naturally the force will be given. That ends by surmounting the difficulties and reaching the goal. Whatever the difficulties are coming, obstacles are coming. Even though I used not obstacle, but here difficulties. Surmounting the difficulties and reaching the goal. Nothing can be a barrier, nothing can be obstacle on the way. Because you have got that force, divine grace, divine force, divine ananda. So which has the ultimately which has the power to surmount all the difficulties. But the lacuna is that we open in one side and another side we close the gates. That's what Mother has been very sincere. It is here in the, I'm sorry, here in the has explained in the Mother. If you open yourself on one side or in one side or in one part of the truth, and on another side are constantly opening the gates to hostile forces. If you open yourself in on one side or in one part of the truth, and on another side are constantly opening the gates to hostile forces, it is vain to expect that the divine grace will abide with you. In one side you are open, in another side you are closed. You on one side you are open to the divine, and then on another side you are open to the hostile forces. How can you expect that the divine grace will abide with you permanently? No chance. You must be very cautious and very conscious. Sincerity is indispensable to the spiritual endeavor. If you are really following spiritualism, if you are in your spiritual endeavor, sincerity is indispensable. and the crookedness a constant of the obstacle, helper and a bar, which helps. Sincerity is indispensable in the spiritual endeavor. That is the most versatile helper, and the crookedness is the constant obstacle on the path. You have to know, you have to see. Thank you for now. We'll meet tomorrow. Thanks.